Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Vesuvius Town Council, Monday, May the 1st, 2017 at 2 p.m. in Council Chambers. And welcome to all our guests that are here today. I know why you're all here. You all want money. That's the reason. That's probably a pretty good reason to attend. So welcome to all of you. First on the agenda is the adoption of some minutes. The Committee of the Whole meeting minutes of April the 18th, the regular open minutes of April the 18th, and the special open budget minutes of April the 19th. Could we have a motion? Thank you. Councillor Rhodes, Councillor Youngberg, that we approve all of those. They be adopted. All in favor? Thank you. No business arising from prior minutes, no introduction of late items? No, thank you. So could we have move the adoption of the agenda, please? So moved. Thank you. Councillor King, Councillor Campbell, all in favor. Okay, so first on our list of businesses today is the delegation, and this is the 2017 Community Service Grant Check presentations. So I'm going to ask Mr. Davis, Councillor King, and Councillor Campbell to come up to the front and do it in the microphone, and the camera is right behind. So that's why we want them on camera. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. So I just wanted to let you know what the Community Service Grant Program was all about. It's an annual funding grant program that the town provides the many festivals, groups, citizens, athletes that take part in our community events and help make our community what it is. So the people have been chosen for community grants today. Congratulations, and thank you very much for bringing all your ideas and initiatives forward. So with further ado.
All right, and the first recipient, you can come on up and you can shake Mr. King's hand and we'll hand you a check. The Vesuvius Festival Society.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Vesuvius Elks Senior Citizens Society, Golden Villa.
Thank you very much.
Vesuvius Ambassador Committee, Vesuvius Royalty Committee.
Thanks very much for all your work.
High School Bursaries.
I don't actually have anybody from here for that.
Okay. Canada Day Fireworks.
Bigger and better this year. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank
I don't know how much bigger it can get.
you. Oh, you'd be surprised.
Look forward to it. Vesuvius Elks Lodge, number 436.
Thank you so much.
International Curling Club Society.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Royal Canadian Legion.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Bruce.
Vesuvius Lake Water Quality.
Thank you for all your work. Thank you.
Desert Valley Hospice Society.
Thank you.
Vesuvius Traditional Archery School.
Thank you. Your arrows are straight.
We're working on it.
Vesuvius Gift Cupboard.
Thanks very much.
Vesuvius Pickleball Club.
Thank you.
Desert Sun Counseling and Resource Center.
That's great. Good. Thank you.
Vesuvius Lawn Bowling. Lake Osoyoos Sailing Club.
Thank you.
And last, the Osoyoos Child Care Center. That's all of them. Thank you.
So congratulations to all of you, because that money comes out of taxes. So bottom line is, we're all paying for it, and we're all appreciative of the services that you provide. Mr. Lacey, would you like all of the people with their checks to go outside and have a picture?
That's what we've done the last 2 years.
All right. Could we do that? And councillors, we will also go outside and do that. If you would all like to take your checks, and you can hold them up, we'll get that in the paper. Okay. Okay, well, thanks, everybody, for that. Next is water matters, and that would be Mr. Zackel. Is that you? Okay.
So the first bylaw for council is the Water District's Rates and Regulations Amendment Bylaw 124110, 2017. The town of Osoyoos operates a rural water system under the Water District Rates and Regulations Bylaw 1241. Each year, the town's bylaws are revised or reviewed, and when changes are required, they're brought forward for an amending bylaw to update the content and/or the fees and charges. Schedule A, B, and E have been amended to reflect $11.52 increase to water user fees for domestic use, with a 3% increase to the other water district user fees. The 2017 rate for domestic use is $395.52. As a comparison, the water charge for the in-town is $395.54, and the town of Oliver's 2017 residential rate is $405.40. The proposed water district rates were discussed at the December 16th, 2016 meeting and were included in the January 16th and April 19th, 2017 budget meetings, with council direction to bring the bylaw forward. The increase in rates is expected to raise an additional $15,800 in revenues. Funding available for all capital or water capital projects is $469,335, and this is up from $448,135 in 2016. The 2017 water capital projects related to the water district include pump test for well number 7, rural area twinning phase 1, rural area twinning system 8 south, and southwest sector water supply main. Under implications for community, improved water quality and improved water infrastructure. Organizationally, there's nothing to change. Under budget, increased revenues will assist with water capital projects. Significant dates: bylaw needs to be adopted prior to the financial plan being adopted. And sustainability, continued effort for protecting the environment, reduction of carbon footprint, and financial sustainability in ensuring the proper use of water supply. So options before council: to give first 3 readings to Water District Rates and Regulations Amendment Bylaw 124110, 2017. Option 2, to further amend Bylaw 124110 and give first 3 readings. And option 3, delete Bylaw 1241.08 as is for 2017. And recommendation for council is option number 1.
Thank you, Mr. Zackel. Councillor Rhodes.
Thank you, Mayor McCarthy. I'll move option number 1 as worded in the option section.
I'll second.
Seconded. Anyone like to speak to this? We have gone through this a few times, so I think we're familiar with it. Pardon me, are we? It should be.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Apologize.
But you will vote, will you?
Might.
All in favor of option 1? Thank you. That's carried.
You could have the next one.
Next is the correspondence, and it's a letter from Interior Horse Racing, 1981, an association requesting support. So, Mr. Emenko, was addressed to you?
Barry, I'm going to step out. I'm the treasurer of this organization.
And I have a voting vote myself.
Right.
Okay.
Still have a quorum?
This is a letter from the Interior Horse Racing Association, and they're asking for a letter of support. They're working in partnership with Desert Park Exhibition Society, and they're applying for funding through the community gaming grants to enable the race day on August 19th here in Osoyoos. So they're asking for a letter of support from council.
Yes, go ahead.
If that needs to be a motion, I'll move that we support the request.
Thank you. Councillor Rhodes, are you seconding that?
Yes.
Thank you. So moved and seconded that we provide them with a letter of support from the town of Osoyoos for community gaming grants. All in favor? Thank you. And next is the Water Rates and Regulations Amendment Bylaw. Mr. Zackel, are you doing this one as well? Good, thank you.
Okay, this next bylaw before council is Water Rates and Regulations Amendment Bylaw 1242.09 2017. Town of Osoyoos operates the town water system under the Water Rates and Regulations Bylaw 1242. Each year the town's bylaws are reviewed, and when changes are required they are brought forward as an amending bylaw to update the content and or the fees and charges. Bylaw Amendment 1242.09 2017 is brought forward for council's consideration. Schedule A has been amended to reflect a $1.54 increase to water user fees for single-family residents, with a 0.46% increase to the other water user fees. The 2017 rate for single-family residents is $335.54, as a comparison to the town of Oliver's 2017 rate of $405.40. In my previous report, I also reported that the town's water rate doesn't have the parcel tax, which is included in here, so when we do comparisons to the water district, that's how we come up with those two rates. The proposed water rates were discussed at the December 16th, 2016 meeting and were included in January 16th and April 19th, 2017 budget meetings, with council direction to bring the bylaw forward. Increase in rates is expected to raise an additional $7,000 in revenues. The 2017 water capital projects include irrigation supply well in Gyro Park, the pump test well number 7, the Richter Subdivision, water distribution system extension and looping, water supply main Gyro Park to Holiday Inn, rural area twinning phase 1, rural area twinning system 8 south, and southwest sector water supply main. Implications for community: improved water infrastructure, improved water quality. Organizationally, no changes required. Budget: increased revenues will assist with water capital projects. Significant dates: bylaw needs to be adopted prior to financial plan being adopted. Sustainability: continued effort for protecting the environment, carbon footprint reduction, and financial sustainability, ensuring the proper use of water supply. Options before council: to give first 3 readings to Water District Rates and Regulations Amendment Bylaw 1242.09 2017. Option 2, to further amend Bylaw 1242.09 and give first 3 readings. And Option 3, to leave Bylaw 1242.08 as is for 2017. And a recommendation is option number 1.
Thank you. He's not town.
Oh.
He's water district.
Right.
We could, so you'll do it? 1, 2?
I just have a question also.
That's fine. So it's been moved and seconded. Councillor Campbell, Councillor King. Councillor King, you had a question?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I guess when I'm just reading this, is expected to raise an additional $7,000 in revenue, and then the next line it shows about a $21,000 increase, or difference, I mean.
Overall, you look at your operating, it's both water district and town water.
Okay.
So when we're looking at the funding available for water capital projects, that's the net amount remaining to do capital projects with. So it's a combination of the increases from water district and town water is the overall increase in that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else? All in favor? Thank you very much. That's carried. Next is the Sewer Rates and Regulations Amendment Bylaw. Mr. Zackel.
Thank you. So this next bylaw is Sewer Rates and Regulations Amendment Bylaw 1065.18 2017. Again, the town of Osceola operates their sewer system under the town's sewer rates and regulations bylaw 1065. Each year, the town's bylaws are reviewed. When changes are required, they're brought forward as an amending bylaw to update the content and/or fees and charges. Sounds very repetitive. Bylaw Amendment 1065.18, 2017 is brought forward for Council's consideration. Schedule A and Schedule B have been amended to reflect a $3.57 increase to the sewer user fees for single-family residents with a 1.5% increase to the other sewer user fees. The 2017 rate for single-family residents is now $241.44 in town and $334.44 in the rural area. The town of Oliver's single-family residential rate in 2017 is $248.10. The proposed sewer rates were discussed at December 16th budget meeting and were included in the January 16th and April 19th budget packages with council direction to bringing this bylaw forward. The increase in rates is expected to raise an additional $20,400 in revenues. Funding available for capital projects is $449,885, down from $454,065 in 2016. Our 2017 sewer capital projects include the main lift station reconstruction design, main lift station roof replacement, liner replacement for cell 3, southeast metal arc sewer extension, reclaimed water main extension. Implications under community: improved sewer infrastructure, improved lake water quality. Organizationally, no changes required. Budget: increased revenues will assist in sewer capital projects. Significant dates: bylaw needs to be adopted prior to the financial plan being adopted. Sustainability: continued effort for protecting the environment, reduction of carbon footprint, and financial sustainability. Options before council: to give first readings to sewer rates and regulations amendment bylaw 1065.18 2017. Option 2, to further amend bylaw 1065.18 and give first three readings. And option 3, to leave bylaw 1065.17 as is for 2017. So option is number 1 on that one as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Move. Seconded. Anybody need to speak to this one? Okay. All in favor? Thank you very much. Now the biggie, right? Mr. Zackel, the serious tax rates bylaw?
Yes. So the next one is to update the tax rates bylaw for 2017 with the due date being July 4th, 2017. The 2017 Osceola tax rates is in line with the 5-year financial plan and includes a 3.9% increase in property taxes. This is an increase of $90,702 in tax-based revenue. New construction property taxation is $40,545. 0.43% is to increase grant and aid funding. 1.56% is to offset the increase in net operating costs. And 1.91% is to increase police reserve fund. The budget for municipal portions of the tax requisitions are municipal, $2,421,216, general debt, $34,800, fire protection, $229,418, fire hall debt, which is new, $55,050, policing for 2017 is $715,055, in which 2016 policing costs were collected and remitted for the province. Town of Osceola is also responsible for collecting and remitting taxes for other taxing authorities, including the following: school, $3,651,483, hospital, $508,569, regional district of Okanagan Similkameen, $708,241, Okanagan Regional Library, $249,578, BC Assessment Authority, $78,753, Municipal Finance Authority, $333. So the average assessment for a single-family residence is $352,862. A single-family residence will pay for their municipal portion of taxes $781.30 this year. For an average assessment for a business, Class 6 is $325,476, and that average business will pay $1,242.12 for their municipal portion of taxes. The tax rates bylaw must be adopted by May 15th as per section 197(1) of the Community Charter. Implications under community, continued operation and enhancement of the municipality. Organizationally, no changes. Under budget, Osea's tax rates bylaw is in line with the 5-year financial plan bylaw. Significant dates, tax rates bylaw needs to be adopted no later than May 15th. Sustainability, working to ensure maintaining levels of service for the community and financial sustainability of the town. Options before council, option 1, to give first 3 readings to Osea's tax rates bylaw 1330-2017. Option 2, to delay first 3 readings. And recommendation before council is option number 1. The tax rates bylaw is in line with the 5-year financial plan bylaw and needs to be adopted no later than May 15th as legislated by the community charter.
Thank you very much. Councillor Campbell, Councillor Rhodes. That's option 1. My assumption is at the next meeting we would be able to finalize this and to adopt it, and that's May 15th. So we're just cutting it.
Ultimately, I may be bringing all of the fees and charges bylaws forward for council May 3rd.
Earlier?
However, the financial plan bylaw would stay as May 15th because we're giving the public the opportunity to provide input.
Okay. Thank you. All in favor? Option 1. Thank you very much. That's carried. And next is the 5-year financial plan. Mr. Zackel.
Thank you. Section 165 of the Community Charter requires municipalities to prepare a financial plan for a period of 5 years, which is adopted annually by bylaw. The Charter also requires Council to undertake a process of public consultation regarding the proposed financial plan before it's adopted. At a special open budget meeting of Council on December 16th, Council reviewed the 2017-21 budget package, and amendments were made to the budget package, and revised package was made available for the January 16, 2017 special open budget meeting to seek input from the community on the budget document and for considerations for the budget. Council reviewed the requests made at the February 6, 2017 meeting of Council and provided direction to staff. An additional special open budget meeting was held on April 19, 2017. The information in the financial plan reflects those directions as attached. 5-year financial plan bylaw number 1329-2017 is now being presented for Council's consideration. A financial plan must set out the proposed expenditures by the municipality, proposed revenue sources, and proposed transfers between funds. The information must set out for each of the 5 years covered under the financial plan. The Act requires certain particulars must be included, however, the amount of detail is a matter for local determination. The financial plan must not plan for a deficit. The total proposed revenue sources plus transfers from other funds must not exceed the total proposed expenditures and transfers to other funds. Public consultation requirements. Section 166 of the Community Charter requires Council to undertake a process of public consultation regarding a proposed financial plan before it's adopted. The Act does not specify the format of the public consultation process, and it may be varied at Council's discretion to suit the local community. In addition to the special open meeting noted above, the financial information is also available on the town's website. Advertisements have been placed in the April 26th and May 3rd issues of the Osea's Times, and an opportunity for the public to provide input can be given prior to the Council adopting the financial plan. The financial plan must be adopted by bylaw at any time before the annual property tax bylaw is adopted. Section 197(1) requires that Council must adopt the annual property tax bylaw before May 15th. Operating environment changes. CPI, which is a consumer price index for Vancouver, increased by 1.88%. The TCPI Transportation Consumer Price Index increased by 2.3%. Wages and salaries increased by 1.75%. Changes in 2016, which took work contracted out, which is now being done by QP staff, is the janitorial of the civic buildings, parks washrooms, and landfill scalehouse. In addition, a senior accounting clerk position was added in 2016 as recommended in the organizational review, which is fully budgeted for in 2017. Payroll overhead increases for employers' costs for Canada Pension Plan, employment insurance, municipal pension plan, workers' compensation board, and group benefits increased by 0.25%. Highlighted changes. Budget is being presented to Council with a 3.9% increase to property taxes. This is an increase of $90,702 in tax-based revenue. New construction property taxation is $40,545. A 0.43% increase went towards increasing the grant and aid funding. 1.56% of the increase went to offset the net increase in operating costs, and 1.91% went to increase the police reserve fund. The town of Osoyoos will begin paying for policing costs at 70% due to the last census, putting the town of Osoyoos over the 5,000 population threshold. The estimated annual RCMP cost is $953,407, in which the town is responsible in April 1st, 2017, and will pay 75% of these costs, being $715,055, and this is an increase from $367,566 paid in 2016. Debt payments for the fire hall will start in 2017, as borrowing will take place in the spring of 2017. This is paid for by the town of Osoyoos, Osoyoos Rural Fire Protection District, and the Osoyoos Indian Band. Salaries and wages, the overall budget is increased by $179,900. Janitorial services for Civic Building is now being done by QP. Parks washrooms are now being done by QP. The landfill waste scale is now being done by QP. One salaried employee in finances that started in 2016 in June is fully budgeted for in 2017. We had a reduction of one part-time water ambassador, or $20,000, and an increase of 1.75% to wages and 0.25% to overhead. Garbage and recycling fees proposed to increase by 2.5% to $130.10 from $126.93. Then this increase is to account for the TCPI increase to the garbage and recycling collection contract, with some subsidization from the MMBC revenues. Sewer rates proposed to increase by $3.57 annually for single-family residents. The annual cost for a single-family residence will increase to $241.44, which is a 1.5% increase in the town, and to $334.44, which is a 1.08 increase in the Area A. This is a $20,400 increase in revenues as is needed to maintain the same level of funding available for capital projects. Water rates proposed to increase by $1.54 annually for single-family residents to $335.54, which is a 0.46% increase to water rates, and a $7,000 increase in revenues needed to help assist with the available funding for capital projects. The water fees for the town property is comprised of the user fee of $335.54 plus a parcel tax of $60, which brings that total to $395.54. The water district proposed to increase by $11.52 annually for single-family residents to $395.52, and which is a 3% increase to all of the other water district user fees, including irrigation rates. And this is a $15,800 increase in revenues and is needed to increase the funding available for capital projects. Significant operating expenditure increase and decreasing. Policing costs increased by $327,489. Wages and benefits increased by $179,900 for a total of $3,330,250. Council stipend increased $7,630. Increase in auditing costs of $2,580. Insurance costs increased by $9,590. Grants and aid increased by $10,000. Transit services administration's been being transferred to the RDOS. The fire department operating budget increased by $5,050. Development services increased by $6,370 for enhancing advertising and salaries. Equipment financing, MFA increased for the replacement of the 2-ton truck and crane and sweeper fan assembly for 2017. Landfill, this budget went up by $31,000 in 2017 to account for the increase in contracts for the CPI, the TCPI, and QP taking over the waste scale services at the landfill. Parks wages increased by $45,760 to account for the increase for cleaning of parks washrooms and reallocation of public works staff. Debt charges increased by $80,400 to account for the spring boring of the fire hall construction project. Only fall interest will be paid in 2017, only fall interest will be paid in 2017. And 2018, the debt charges will be $281,380. General operating expenditures, less transfers to other governments, transfer to reserves, resort municipality contingencies, and capital project expenditures has increased by $907,205 for a total of $5,887,275 for 2017, which is an 18.22% increase. And the policing represents $715,055, or 14.36% of that total. Sewer operating expenditures, less transfers to reserves, contingencies, and capital projects expenditures has increased by $30,090 for a total of $1,225,855 for 2017, which is a 2.52% increase. Water operating expenditures has increased by $8,480 for a total of $1,668,825, which is a 0.51% increase. Transfer to reserves under a general fund, Marina $11,500. This is being funded from Marina lease revenues. Fire department equipment $28,070. This is a joint reserve fund. Museum land restoration of $10,000. RCMP reserve fund $76,421. Waste recycling initiatives of $10,000. Water meter reserve fund $125,000. Contingency allowances under their general fund, we have $50,000 built in. Under sewer fund, we have $30,000. Under water fund, we have $20,000. Funds available for capital expenditures. General operating funds available for capital expenditures in 2017 are $500,091. This is down from $504,193 in 2016. Sewer operating funds available for capital projects are $449,885. And this is down from $454,065 in 2016. Water operating funds are $469,335. This is up from $448,135 in 2016. The cost of average single-family residence with an assessment of $352,862 in 2017 versus an average assessment of $334,996 in 2016. We'll see an increase of $138.45 to their municipal portion of water or taxes and user fees. Under implications for community, a significant amount of capital projects are planned for 2017 that will enhance the community and improve the infrastructure for the town and rural service areas. Organizationally, one addition of one position in financial services. This position started full-time in June of 2016. Under budget, user fees for garbage collection, water, sewer have increased to combined $8.28 for single-family residents. Policing costs have increased by $87.06 per average single-family residence, which is and a 3.9% increase to property taxes after new construction dollars brings a total annual increase for an average single-family residence to $138.45 for 2017. Significant dates: public input into the financial plan after first three readings and prior to council's consideration for adoption, and financial plan needs to be adopted no later than May 15th. Sustainability, working to ensure maintaining levels of service to the community and financial sustainability for the town. Option number 1, for council to give first three readings to 5-year financial plan bylaw 1329-2017. Option 2, for council to make additional changes and bring the 5-year financial plan bylaw back to the next regular open meeting of council for consideration of first three readings. And the recommendation is option number 1.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zackel. That's a lot of work that you've put into that, so we appreciate it. Councillor Rhodes?
Thank you, Mayor McCardoff. I'll move option number 1 for council to give first three readings to 5-year financial plan bylaw 1329, 2017.
Second that.
Councillor King is seconding that. All in favor? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next is the report from Mr. Cunningham, the Richter Subdivision lot sales.
Thank you. The town is in the process of selling 5 service lots in our Richter subdivision to Hart Bucknell of Elkhart Construction, including 2 for affordable housing, as all shown on attached map 1. A council-approved housing agreement has to be appended to our contract of purchase and sale with Mr. Brookendale's numbered company 1068612BC Limited. The purpose of the agreement is to apply Council Policy PLA 017 Near Market Affordable Housing Program Guidelines to the 2 affordable units. See attached policy. Unfortunately, for reasons described below, a revised version of the housing agreement has to be submitted for council reconsideration. On April 3, 2017, Council resolved as follows: make available 5 lots in the Richter subdivision to 1068612BC Limited for the prices of $95,000 for lot number 1, that's the duplex lot, and $80,000 each for lots 2, 3, 15, and 16, for a total value of $415,000, i.e. the same as the appraised values. 2. Authorize staff to bring the contract of purchase and sale forward for signing by the town and 1068612BC Limited. 3. Give first, second, and third readings to housing agreement number 1328-217 and set a special meeting for April 5th, at which time council adopted the bylaw. Mr. Brookendale did not have sufficient level of comfort with the original housing agreement approved by council. After numerous discussions between the town and their lawyers, they finalized a revised version which is simpler and easier to read than the original without losing any essential content, and is acceptable to Mr. Brookendale. Accordingly, Housing Agreement Amendment Bylaw number 1328.01-217 is attached to remove and replace the original agreement with a revised version, both of which are also attached. Also, following suggestions from Mr. Brookendale, staff recommends that Council consider a couple of revisions to Council Policy PLA-17 to be more inviting to prospective affordable housing applicants. First, it is recommended to shorten the period down from 30 to 20 years that affordable home recipients can only resell their homes for a controlled profit. The revised housing agreement, by the way, incorporates this change on the expectation that you'll agree with that. Second, it is recommended to allow refunding an applicant's $250 fee if the town's Affordable Housing Authority approves their registration on the waiting list for a new home. Options. A. Program guidelines. Option A1, Council approves amendments to program guidelines. Or Option 2, Council requires different revisions or more information. B. Housing agreement. Option B1, Council gives first 3 readings to the amended housing agreement. Or Option B2, Council requires more revisions or information. Impacts. Timelines. A special open meeting date is scheduled for 1 p.m. May 3, 2017 for Council to consider final adoption of the revised housing agreement. Because of delays with the housing agreement, Elcar Construction timeline to purchase the first 5 lots under the option to purchase agreement with the town has to be extended so they avoid penalties. Recommendations. Staff recommends option A1. Council resolves that all references in policy PLA 17, near market affordable housing and MAH program guidelines be amended to incorporate the following changes. First, shorten the period that affordable home recipients can only resell their homes for a controlled profit from 30 to 20 years. And second, instead of the applicant's fee of $250 being non-refundable, allow it to be refundable if the applicant is approved for registration and waiting list for a new home by the town's Affordable Housing Authority, EFA. And I'm going to stop there and invite comment before I proceed with.
Thank you. So we'll take a vote on each one.
Yes.
Councillor Campbell.
Yeah, if we can deal with the program guidelines first, I don't have any issue with the 2 amendments that are being proposed. So I'll move option A1.
Thank you. And Councillor Rhodes is seconding that. Anybody need to speak to that? All in favor? Thank you. That's carried.
Okay. Proceeding to the second resolution, I hope. Staff also recommends option B1. Council resolves that Council give first, second, and third readings to Housing Agreement Amendment to Bylaw number 1328.01-217.
Thank you. Councillor Rhodes? You're
I'll move.
moving
Thank you.
that?
Yeah.
Councillor King is seconding that. All in favor? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For redoing that, and let's hope it works this time, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Next is the, do we have a 1-ton truck, or is it a 2-ton? A 2-ton.
2-ton.
2-ton, well, it says T-O-N-N-E and T-O-N. What is the difference?
One's metric, one's imperial.
Okay, fine. Well, good. So, Mr. Dinwiddie.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
I'm sorry. Oh, absolutely. Okay, Mr. Dinwiddie.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This report is for the purchase of a new 2-ton multi-purpose truck for the Operational Services Department. So for a bit of a background, the replacement of the existing 9-year-old 2-ton multi-purpose truck was given pre-budget approval at the February 6, 2017 regular Town Council meeting. At the March 6, 2017 regular Council meeting, Town Council decided to delay the award of this tender until May 1, 2017 regular Council meeting. 3 contractors have tendered bids to provide a new 2-ton multi-purpose truck to the town of Osoyoos. A detailed analysis of these contractors' bids was performed by the Operational Services Department, taking into consideration the following criteria: price, delivery date, equipment warranty, location of service center, compliance with specification, and the town's history with the vendor. Implications for the community are a more effective performance of operational services tasks utilizing a more reliable vehicle. Organizationally, the Operational Services Department will be better able to serve the community with a more reliable multi-purpose vehicle. Budget-wise, the bid submitted by Drive Products, Inc. is $28,755, or 22% below the council-approved budget for this project, and meets all the Operational Services Department's requirements for this replacement vehicle. The purchase of this vehicle will be financed through MFA over a 5-year term. Significant dates: it is recommended that this tender be awarded as soon as possible. Under sustainability, the new replacement vehicle will meet more stringent emission control standards, thus saving fuel and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Options before Council today are that Town Council award the contract for the purchase of a new 2-ton multi-purpose truck to Drive Products, Inc. for $101,245 plus taxes. Option number 2 is that Council does not award the contract for the purchase of a new 2-ton multi-purpose truck to Drive Products, Inc. Option number 3 is that Council requests additional information prior to making a decision. The recommendation from staff is that Council adopt option number 1.
Thank you very much. Council? Councillor Campbell.
I move that Town Council award the contract for the purchase of a new 2-ton multi-purpose truck to Drive Products Incorporated for $101,245 plus taxes.
Thank you. Is there a seconder?
Me.
Thank you. Anybody need to talk about this one? All right, all in favor? Thank you. That's carried.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What color is it, Jim?
It'll be white.
I knew the answer. I just I'd ask.
I think we should start.
Another color. We can make it.
Yeah.
I think we should start getting a couple of different colors thrown in here once in a while.
Start a rainbow fleet or something.
Okay, thank you. Next is the automated external defibrillators policy. This is what I had to ask what the AED stood for at the last meeting. Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The town has received new defibrillators from the Heart and Stroke Foundation. As part of this program, there is an agreement to sign. We also want to be clear on how we manage the AED units and who is responsible for the program. Therefore, staff has developed a draft policy. The town has received AEDs and they are placed at the Sonora Center, the Sunbowl Arena, Public Works Office, and Town Hall. The Heart and Stroke Foundation requests that the town sign an AED supply agreement. In order to accommodate this request, the draft policy has been established. The policy identifies the contact person and the associated responsibilities that are required as part of the agreement. These AEDs were provided at no charge, and the Heart and Stroke Foundation is providing an extremely beneficial service to our facilities. There's a draft policy and agreement attached. In terms of implications for the community, providing AED units provides peace of mind to the general public and shows that we are being proactive and prepared for emergencies. Organizational, staff time to develop policy and also to manage the program. Significant dates, ASAP. We have received the units and need to get an agreement signed. And under sustainability, being proactive in healthcare for the betterment of the community and our citizens. In terms of options, number one, for council to approve the policy and that the town signatories be authorized to sign the AED supply agreement with the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Option number two, for council not to approve the draft policy and not sign off on the AED supply agreement. And option number three, for council not to approve the policy and direct staff to bring more information at a later time. And the recommendation is number one. This policy will assist us with the management of the automated external defibrillators and will also provide direction to place units in town facilities in the future.
Thank you very much. Can I ask, were we surprised at this? I thought some other groups had purchased these for us, and all of a sudden we're being given 4 free of charge? That was...
No.
Oh, okay, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah,
Can you explain that?
Yeah, that's right. We actually supplied or applied to the Heart and Stroke Foundation and got our own. Some other groups, like the Curling Club, actually applied as well, and they have one on site there as well.
And you already had one at the Sonora Center that you encouraged groups that were having special events to sign out. Am I?
That is correct, yes. There was one provided by the Gyro Club after they dissolved. Yes, that's correct.
Well, I think this is very nice. I'm quite amazed that we've got these 4 extras. Councillor Rhodes.
Yeah, additionally, we have one in this office as well.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I think that was just purchased, right?
Yeah.
That was just brought in. Yeah.
So I'll move option number 1.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Okay.
That was an easy one.
Accepting free AEDs?
Yeah. Mr. Davis, are there certain people that work for the town who are trained to use these, or is there a training
as part of the supply agreement, we are actually obligated to have staff trained.
Okay.
So I know Public Works got trained, our staff got trained at the arena and at the Sonora Center, and I'm not sure if and the town office too.
Okay.
There we go.
And what happens to someone who rents or takes this when they have a special event? Do you provide the training to somebody before?
No, we hope if anybody uses it for a special event as part of our special event application, so we would ask them if they're trained in first aid, and if not, we hope to get somebody to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. So it was moved and seconded that we go with option number 1. All in favor? Thank you very much. Next is the general net payroll and Sun Bowl Arena financial accounts, and this would be to report on expenditures from accounts payable for up to May the 1st, representing balances in the following areas: general cash requirements of $739,562.12, Sun Bowl cash requirements of $5,865.46, and those two will be adopted by consensus, and net payroll accounts of $78,669.88, and that is received for information. Thank you. And I believe we're back up to the agenda here, and that would be committee reports, which we don't have any of, and CAO report.
Thank you, Mayor McCordoff. Just a few of the activities the administration has been involved in over the last couple of weeks. Starting first in community services, the Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon was held Saturday, April 22nd. 250 people attended. Congratulations to the winners and also to the Sonora staff for the organization of this very successful event. Snow pitch leagues have started. The weather hasn't been cooperative, but they're underway with 10 teams. Blast ball has started, and we have 15 children registered, 3 to 5 years of age. Our Human Resources Development Canada grant has been approved for 7 students, and we received $11,000 to offset student wages, so those who will be working in the recreation area. Unfortunately, this year we didn't get funded for the public works positions, but 3 students have been hired, and they're taken in through our general budget. We have a number of advanced polls being held at the Sonora Center for the provincial election. In corporate services, the boat trailer parking passes have been compiled and will be distributed to hotels and motels and campsites within the town starting Monday. The 2016 annual report is being compiled and new format is being researched for this year. Several unsightly properties that relate to more than unsightly weeds and grass have been taking up considerable amount of time. A lot of inquiries have been received regarding the geese and the osprey war of the nests. Some of the more common questions at the counter have been related to tender work being done, our property tax information, water discoloration, and landfill questions. And the director has been dealing with the transition of the South Okanagan Transit Service transition to the regional district. Finance, budget meeting follow-up and preparation of all the related bylaws. In terms of public works, pothole repairs throughout the community, installed a memorial bench at Gyro Park by White Sands Complex, completed playground inspections, mowing in all parts and at the Desert Park infield, and repaired some vandalism damage at Kinsman Park. Apparently some of our very significant tables were broken. Our stone tables, the corners were broken off. So it was quite destructive. Myself, completing the 2017 to 2020 business plan for council's approval at the next meeting. Received an update on DO operations, followed up with Ministry of Transport on their Main Street stormwater project, and we were notified that we were unsuccessful in our clean water grant application, and I continue to work on some boundary expansion. So that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a motion, please, to accept, have this report received. Thank you. Councillor Rhodes, Councillor Youngberg. All in favor? Thank you. So for councillor reports, Councillor Campbell, you're first.
Thank you, Mayor McCordoff. Attended the SILGA conference at Sun Peaks this past week. Got to hear some amazing speakers and a combination of different speakers that were either motivational, strategic, or educational. So very worthwhile week up there. That's it.
Good. Thank you. Councillor King.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Attended the open house put on last week by the RDOS around solid waste management, which is recycling, garbage, and composting. I believe there was, well, I don't believe, I know there was a great turnout. There was a few comments and suggestions, but I would encourage anybody else, if you have any thoughts or ideas, that you log on to the RDOS website. They do have a small questionnaire. It's only about 5 questions, and if you don't want to answer the questions, you can still put in some ideas or suggestions about it. So, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Youngberg.
Thank you, Mayor McCordoff. Yes, this past week has been fairly informative, particularly on a little trip that I went on, compliments of SILGA and Suncor Energy and CAP, Canadian Association of Petroleum Products. We went to Fort Mac and toured Suncor Energy's plant, and then flew from there to Christina Lake to view another oil pad location. And the most interesting part of the trip was that, of course, they're trying to relate a lot of information to people in the political arena about their steam extraction and the restoration and I think it's reclaiming the mining sites. And they've created one very, very impressive park that is available for the people in the area to use. And we just found it very interesting, as well as, with Trump in power, we have one buyer of our oil who's now deciding that maybe he won't buy it anymore. So the whole industry is very concerned about moving forward, because as of now our oil gets railed down to the Gulf, and the boats pick it up at the Gulf and go through the Panama and take it to China. And I just wonder often, as I posed to a couple of young people at the conference about how Canada's going to be economically sustainable in the future if we continue to not encourage pipelines across the country when we need to sell our resources. Just a thought I had in my mind. I was also really taken with TOTA, Thompson Okanagan Tourist Association. They're promoting a sort of a traveling program called Route 97, which has been in the works for a long, long time. And it's got some great loop tours on it, and the book, if anyone wants to do a Sunday drive or a little weekend getaway, the information is at the Destination Osoyoos office, and that was very interesting. And I got lots of more information, but it's okay. I will keep it. Thanks. That's my report.
And we had our boots on because it was snowing up there every day.
That's right.
Councillor Rhodes.
Thank you, Mayor McCordoff. I don't really have anything to report other than a big shout out to Councillor King for running our town over the last week. The rest of council was out, and I was very pleased to be his assistant over the last week. And yeah, heck of a job, Jim. Way to go.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. And I also went to Silga. Really an interesting 4 days. We did hear the Minister of Health, who is not running again, and the chair of IHA speak, and we did talk to them a little bit about our concerns. They've certainly heard about the South Okanagan. So I would just like to honor past mayor Bob Frost, who died about a week ago. He was the mayor in Osoyoos from 1978 to 1987, and he was his family lived here, and he was a really nice, approachable man. So he died recently. I'd like to say congratulations to the Osoyoos Times for 5 national Canadian Community Newspaper Association awards. So, Mr. Lacey, well done. You seem to pull this off every year, so we sort of expect it, that you're going to get all these awards, so well done to get 5 of them. I also went to see the SOAP, the South Okanagan Amateur Players play, which was a little racy, but it was really good. It was called Since You Left Us, and it was at the theater at the Osoyoos Secondary. But if you've missed it, it's on May the 5th and 6th at Frank Venables Auditorium. And these are a group of volunteers who like to act, and they do 3 of these plays a year. And I thought, Mr. Dinwiddie, that was why we sort of hired you into this position, because you were going to be, you have done this before, and we sort of expected to see you.
Next time.
Okay, good. Anyway, SOAP has been operating for many years. They do a wonderful, it just amazes me how much work and time and they put into these productions. So we're looking forward to the one in the fall. And Sergeant Beta was here this morning and mentioned to us that Citizens on Patrol is a very useful group of volunteers that have been operating in this town. They're quite helpful to the RCMP and to Bylaw, and unfortunately there is not a coordinator for that this year. So if there is anyone who would be interested in helping with that group or coordinating Citizens on Patrol, they could certainly get some information here at Town Hall, or they could contact Sergeant Beta. And I just want to say to everybody, don't look at the snow up on the hills. I know it's snowing up there today, or it was, but we are supposed to get nice hot weather next week. So enjoy the spring and all the flowers. Thank you very much. Could we have a motion to adjourn? Thank you. Councillor King, Councillor Rhodes, all in favor. Thanks, everybody.
Has Brenda got anything on there yet?